Hey guys, so today, we're going to have to do some more Monster Hunter myth debunking. Because while before we talked about sets versus builds, that whole thing could still be taken either way. But honestly, one thing that I will say is a fact at this point is that the Hunting Horn is an easy to handle support weapon with long reach. Because the Hunting Horn is a support weapon. It's not that it isn't a support weapon. It is a support weapon. Because if you look up in a dictionary to see what the word support means, there's a lot of different ways you can look up what support means. But if you look up the dictionary on Google for support, you go to commerce, give assistance to, especially financially, enable to function or act. So the first part of that, give assistance to. I mean, what do you do mostly with the Hunting Horn? Now, obviously, if you play mostly solo, you probably will see it kind of differently. But let's say you still play with Palicos, right? You're still giving them support. I mean, you're still supporting yourself with buffs. And there's no other weapon in the game that does anything like that. The closest you can get to that would be using Sword and Shield, or a specific Sword and Shield build that changes your playstyle in order to be a healer or some kind of support player. So, yeah, I think we know what that means. Now, there's always the argument that since you mostly bonk monsters on the head, as if it was a hammer, well, it's not a support weapon. It's a regular offensive weapon that has support features. Well, no. The Hunting Horn is a support weapon. That's just the end of it. At least, that's pretty much what it looks like. But I think, I think what a lot of people tend to think is that because it's seen as a support weapon, or because it was designed as a support weapon, means that that's all it can do. And no, I think for Monster Hunter, you really couldn't get away with just having something be support, because you always want to be doing DPS in some capacity, because it's Monster Hunter. It's not necessarily like any other Holy Trinity co-op game with job classes and such. So your point, the whole point of being a hunter is to hunt the monster and to offensively hunt the monster. So yeah, I don't think that would work if you just stood around and did nothing but play music. So yeah, I hope this has been informative. And if you have anything to say about this, drop a comment below. I want to know what you think. Do you still think the Hunting Horn isn't a support weapon? Do you think it's like pure offense and it just happens to be able to buff your allies and yourself? Let me know what you think. I'm curious.